Hello, this is Dustin Broombaugh. I'm here to discuss our final assessment for our EDU 545 Curriculum and Assessment for Teachers. Class, like I said, this would just take a few minutes. I just want to take a quick moment and make sure and go over the final core assessment, our culminating project for the semester. We'll go to syllabus and scroll down to the final assessment, quickly go over some of the expectations for it. All right, so the core assessment, 125 points. That's 50% of your grade. It's pretty much an expectation of the Georgetown College graduate education program. We'll fully admit up front that this is something that the final assessment it's a little more difficult to do during the summer when you don't have students in class uh, for your day job, so to speak. But we do recommend that if you have an assessment and the data from a prior test that you've given, that you utilize that. Otherwise, you obviously feel free to make up a fake one, so to speak. The core assessment, as I said, 125 points, 50% of your grade. So please spend the necessary time on it to do well. It is in three parts. Parts 1 is 50 points, part 2 is 50 points, part 3 is 25. Described below, submitted and designated assigned in the Moodle site, which I'll show you in a minute. But I also want to remind you that we also need you to put the final project, all three parts, in live text. So all three parts, and below is the rubric in which you will be assessed on. So again, all of this is in the syllabus. Quite a few of them. All right. Next, all right, I'm scrolling down. I know that it's still mid-July right now, but the core assessment, all three parts, due week 7. That week is August 1st through 7th, but there's quite a few of you in the class, and three parts for each. So I do need all three of these submitted by August the 3rd. So that'll give me a little bit of time to spend the necessary time that you all deserve to grade these. So if you would make sure, by the end of the day, August the 3rd, once again, both in Moodle and on live text, please. All right, I'm still at the top of the page on Moodle. Right under here are here's some examples of some past classes. This is the first time that I've taught this class, but um, I'm told that these are some examples from prior classes of some students that completed them. If you need some examples to review, but if you click on this folder here, all three parts, Word documents, I'd suggest open all three parts. Save each of the three and answer all the questions using all the knowledge that you've gained from the forums, from your texts, from different things like that you've utilized throughout the course of the semester, and answer all these. So describe the specific assessments that fit into each category below. These should be, I guess I can move this over since I have two screens here, so you can only see one of them. So part 1, the overall assessment plan. Obviously the text is in black. Leave the text as it is, but then your answers may be put in a different color, like a blue or a red, so that obviously that it stands out. But answer all these questions as specific as possible. More information as opposed to less information would be better. So be detailed. Just answer the questions. Be as detailed as possible. Make sure and read the question carefully and answer all of those. So there's part 1 that you would answer all of them. Make sure maybe put your name at the top of it or something like that. But once again, these are right here at the very top, documents for core assessment and final project. Answer all three parts. Part 2 is the results analysis. So this is where you're can provide a summary description of the instruction below, include the standards and targets, just like that. Obviously, and this is where you will pick an assessment that hopefully you've used in the past if you still have that data. If not, I understand that you may need to make this up. That's okay. Um, this course, I'll fully admit, would probably be better suited to be taken in the fall or in the spring while you have students in class. But it is what it is, I guess. So your name, the name of the learning experience, obviously that shouldn't be there. That's just to be deleted. Um, who's the actual teacher that taught it? What grade or target audience are you looking for? And then your pre-test and your post-test. Answer the questions as yes or no, and then fill in some information down here, once again in a different color to help make it stand out. Answer all those the best you can. And then here's where you're going to use the tables below to show the results of the specific pre-assessment, and then further down will be the post-assessment that you talk about by answering all of these. What evidence can you give that social, cultural, physical diversity were addressed? What other needs or abilities might be the result from the assessment? How the results of this assessment be used to inform instruction? There's hopefully by now you're realizing there's no test that we do not use that does not help us better tweak, change, or prepare our future instruction on there. So if you gave a pretest, how is that going to help future instruction as well as your post-test? In the same way for your data analysis, the mean, the median, the mode, percent of students that were proficient, and how did you determine the cutoff for proficient? And then here you're actually going to put, each student, what their score, where they fell out above, were they above the mean, were they above the median, were they proficient, and answer all these for each of the students in your class. Obviously, if you had more than 19, you can just add to the table. And then likewise, in this table, show the results of the specific post-assessment. So you're going to answer all this for the post-assessment. Obviously, this is an old table. Just delete the numbers on there, add all the information in, and answer all parts of all 3 parts of the core assessment. So that was part 2. And then part 3 is overall just a lot of reflecting on your part. Some different questions to answer. Once again, leave this in black, your answers being a different color. Go into detail. This is reflecting on your experience with that instruction, those assessments that you provided. What did you do from the pre-assessment? The information that you gained and gleaned from that assessment with the students. You use that to help drive further instruction, and you gave a post-assessment what the results look like. So throughout that process, your answer looks like about 8 questions here, just reflecting on that. So once again, class, all 3 parts of the core assessment, 50% of your grade. Answer all 3 of these. Submit those in Moodle, all 3 parts, by August the 3rd. And then likewise go to LiveText and upload those as well, also by August the 3rd. My goal is to hopefully turnaround time to get those graded in as efficient manner as possible, with 27 of you times 3 parts each. That's over 100 things to grade, so obviously it's going to take me a little while, but definitely don't wait till the week of to begin this process. Feel free to email me if you have any questions or concerns or anything. I'd be more than happy to help you. But now that we're a good chunk of the way through the course, I wanted to make sure and take a moment and do a quick video to go over this final assessment. That way, if you do have questions, that you have plenty of time to start asking me those, as well as to encourage you to start that process of beginning all 3 parts. To spend the necessary time to do well in that final assessment, all 3 parts of that. So as always, if I can help you in any way, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll expect these to be posted in Moodle and LiveText by August the 3rd. Thank you.